As Israel was about to enter the promised land, did God remind them of their feasts and related offerings? Did they picture the total sacrifice of Jesus? Is our love for God and neighbor total, like a burnt offering? Let's look at Numbers 28. Were morning and evening offerings to be made daily? The hin and ephah were only approximate measurements. The ephah roughly 20 liters, and a hin roughly 4 liters. Were these offerings a foreshadow of Christ's sacrifice and our daily dedication to God? The Lord told Moses, "You are to command the Israelis about my offerings, that they are to be sure to bring edible offerings to me, presented by fire, and a pleasing aroma to me at their appointed time. Tell them that this is the offering presented by fire, that you are to offer to the Lord. 2 one-year-old lambs, offered daily every day. Offer the first lamb in the morning, and the second toward the evening, accompanied by 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour for grain offering, mixed with 1/4 of a hin of pure olive oil. This burnt offering, which was prescribed at Mount Sinai, is to be offered every day as a pleasing aroma made by fire to the Lord. The drink offering is to be 1/4 of a hin for each lamb. You are to pour out a drink offering of strong wine to the Lord in the holy place. You are also to offer the second lamb toward the evening, just like the morning sacrifice. You are to present the grain offering accompanied by its corresponding drink offering as a presentation made by fire, a pleasing aroma to the Lord." How was the weekly Sabbath offering to be different? Was it doubled? Did people have more time for God on the Sabbath? And on the Sabbath day 2 lambs of the first year without spot, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meal offering, mingled with oil, and the drink offering thereof. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. Did the new moon offering mark the calendar with a new beginning each month? Then at the beginning of each of your months, you shall bring near a burnt offering to Yahweh, 2 bulls from the herd and 1 ram, 7 male lambs 1 year old without blemish, and 3/10 of an ephah of fine flour, mixed with oil for a grain offering, for each bull, and 2/10 of fine flour, mixed with oil for a grain offering, for the 1 ram, and 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering for each lamb, for a burnt offering of a soothing aroma, an offering by fire to Yahweh. And their drink offering shall be 1/2 a hin of wine, for a bull, and 1/3 of a hin for the ram, and 1/4 of a hin for a lamb. This is the burnt offering of each month throughout the months of the year, and 1 male goat for a sin offering to Yahweh. It shall be offered with its drink offering, in addition to the continual burnt offering. Were the offerings for Passover and the days of unleavened bread enlarged? Unlike other feasts, was this also a domestic sacrifice? The Lord's Passover shall be on the 14th day of the first month. On the 15th day of this month there shall be a feast. Unleavened bread shall be eaten for 7 days. On the first day there shall be a holy assembly. You shall do no laborious work, but you shall present an offering by fire, a burnt offering to the Lord, 2 bulls and 1 ram, and 7 male lambs 1 year old, that you have without defect. For their grain offering you shall offer fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for a bull, and 2/10 for the ram. 1/10 of an ephah you shall offer for each of the 7 lambs, and 1 male goat as a sin offering to make atonement for you. You shall present these besides the burnt offering of the morning, which is for a continual burnt offering. In this way you shall present daily for 7 days the food of the offering by fire, of a soothing aroma to the Lord. It shall be presented with its drink offering, in addition to the continual burnt offering. On the 7th day you shall have a holy assembly. You shall do no laborious work. What was the offering to be made on the day of Pentecost? On the day of first fruits, when you present to the Lord an offering of new grain, during the festival of weeks, hold a sacred assembly and do no regular work. Present a burnt offering of 2 young bulls, 1 ram and 7 male lambs a year old, as an aroma pleasing to the Lord. With each bull, there's to be a grain offering of 3/10 of an ephah of the finest flour mixed with oil. With the ram, 2/10, and with each of the 7 lambs, 1/10. Include 1 male goat to make atonement for you. Offer these together with their drink offerings, in addition to the regular burnt offering and its grain offering. Be sure the animals are without defect. Is prayer like a morning and evening sacrifice? My voice you shall hear in the morning, O Lord. In the morning I'll direct it to you, and I'll look up. Accept my prayer as incense offered to you, and my upraised hands as an evening offering. What's more important than burnt offerings and sacrifices? And to love him with all your heart and with all the understanding, with all the soul and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more important than all whole burnt offerings and sacrifices. As Israel was about to enter the promised land, did God remind them of their feasts and related offerings? Did they picture the total sacrifice of Jesus? Is our love for God and neighbor total, like a burnt offering? You decide.